chest with a centipede. It's possible, you'll see. With the magic of stories, you can be anything you want to be. Climb a mountain, swim the seas, find a treasure, come with me. You can be anything you want to be. With the magic of stories, you can be anything you want to be. Climb a mountain, swim the seas, find a treasure, come with me. You can be anything you want, anything you want, anything you want to be.
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Monday. And we welcome you here on the Alabang Town Center Facebook page. My name is Teacher Lesley, and I'm from a group called Make Believe Productions. Happy Monday to everybody that are already tuned in. And if you are here, please do say your name, your age, and how you're feeling today so that I can give you a proper shout out. So those of you who are tuned in at the start of this broadcast, we were just playing the lyric video of The Magic of Stories, which is the make-believe theme, and we're so happy to share it with our tiny townies. So how are you guys? We're so happy to be with you again for another week. It's Monday and it's already in the afternoon, and I wonder how your Monday started and what you guys have already done for today. So once again, if you're here, feel free to comment. Hi! Oh, we have Casey. Is it Casey or Cassie? From Makati. Hello. Hello, Casey or Cassie. Tell me, is it long A or short A? So nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. And for today, I'm so excited for this particular story. So last week we had Rapunzel, and the week before that we had Snow White, I believe. And so now we are going to share with you yet another story. Oh, sorry, the week before that we had Red Riding Hood. So it was, last week was Rapunzel, last week was Red Riding Hood, and last week was Snow White. So for this week, guys, we are going to share the story of the Frog Prince. And it's really so funny because, yeah, the protagonist or the princess in the story has to kiss a frog. Can you ever imagine doing that, guys and gals? Would you ever be able to pucker up and show some love to a frog? So let me know also in the comments down below if you would be willing to show some love for a frog, because that is our story for today, the story of the Frog Prince. And I'm going to share with you a different version of it. This is the Brothers Grimm version, which is a early version, and of course other adaptations, just like Disney's The Princess and the Frog was inspired by this particular fairy tale. So I'm really excited to share that with you, and we will start, guys, in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I also want to find out, of course, because we're used to our regulars, we have those of you that have been with us for quite some time, and we're so grateful, everyone, that you have joined us throughout the months that we've been with Alabang Town Center. This is our 4th month already, and we're so happy to be able to continue it, because we know that year round it's really so important for us to get creative to let our imaginations run wild. So guys, we are going to start in 3 minutes, and in the meantime, if you want to get some props, that's also something that's available to you, because we always have good use for our props because we act along with our story. This is never just a passive adventure, but all of you actually are welcome to join us. So usually, if you can get any piece of fabric, this is usually something that we have a lot of use for during our story. Also, for those of you that want to play royalty, so we have a princess and a king and a prince in the story. So if you want to get your crown or if you want to get your tiaras, you can get that as well. Other things, we also are going to have like a loyal servant to the prince. And for me, I'm just going to use a simple cap to be able to play him. So it's very simple, right? We don't need very elaborate props. We can just put in like a simple cap or hat or headpiece, and just by putting that on alone already, you know that you've changed characters. So it's really, really easy. And also, in this version of the Frog Prince, Golden Ball plays a big part in the story. So if you guys want to prepare a ball, I don't have a golden ball, but I do have my little stuffed toy that's round and yellow, so sort of gives you the same idea. And I like to throw it up. I throw it up and down, throw it up and down, and that's something that you guys can prepare as well, because a golden ball has a very, very important part in our story. So I'll give you some time, guys, to pull in your props, because we have about 2 minutes left before we start. 2 minutes left. So again, everybody, if you are here, please do not be shy. Say hello. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me how your Monday has been. And maybe for those of you that have been around with us for some time, maybe you can also share with us, do you have a favorite fairy tale so far that we've told you? So we've gone through a lot of Brothers Grimm fairy tales. We started off with Snow White, and then we went to Red Riding Hood and Rapunzel. Out of those three, do you have a favorite one? Or for those of you that are just coming for the first time, you can also share with me what your favorite fairy tale is. What is your favorite fairy tale? Would love to know. And if it's something that we haven't tackled yet, we'd love to explore tackling this for a future session. Or if it's something that we've done already, then we can refer you back and say, we believe that was month 3 of the live stream. So if you scroll back a little bit, you'd be able to watch, because we've actually covered a lot of ground with our friends here on the Tiny Townie live streams, and there's a lot of material that you guys can watch back and enjoy if you're just catching up today. All right, guys, so time flies super fast when you are having fun. We are going to start in about a minute. 1 minute left. Gosh, it just sounds like, it feels like just a while ago when I was saying that we are going to start in about 5 minutes. And then now it's 1 minute left. And maybe, have I been talking too much? Do let me know. But of course, that is what we do as storytellers. We just really try to share as much as we can in the time that we have together. So once again, everybody, if you are here, say your name, say your age, tell me how you're doing, and we will start in less than a minute. So we'll just give people some time to log in, to get their props, to get settled in. If you also want to pull in like a glass of water, you guys can do that as well. So Teacher Lesley just, took a drink, because in just a little bit we are going to start. And once we start, oh my gosh, it is gonna be so much fun. All right, and yay! Hello there. I believe Gab is here. Hi there, Gab. Thank you so much for joining us today. All right, everybody, can you count down with me? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And everybody clap your hands. Hooray! All right, guys. So once again, happy Monday. And I officially welcome you to our Storytelling Monday here on the Tiny Townie live streams. I almost got tongue-tied with that, but Tiny Townie is a cute tongue twister, huh? Tiny Townie, Tiny Townie, Tiny Townie. Tiny Townie. All right, so welcome to the Tiny Townie live streams here on the Alabang Town Center page. And oh, hello there. Hi, Basti. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so guys, we are here and we're ready to tell stories. And I'm just saying hi to some of you that have just signed in. Hello there, Naomi is 8 years old. Hello there, Naomi, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so glad that you could join us. All right, so everybody, just a few ground rules before we get this show on the road is, oh, Basti is laughing. Ha ha ha. Well, we're going to do a lot of that in just a little bit. Just you wait, Basti. All right, so as we begin, we have 3 rules. Can you all show me a number 3 with your fingers? Well, you won't be able to show me, but do it anyway, and I'll be able to feel it if you do. Okay, so rule number 1 is this is our time to explore. So as I was saying, if you want to get yourself some props so that you can do the story along with me, some great props to have would be a golden ball or a small ball if you have any. If it's not golden, that's okay. Or if you have a little round stuffed toy that's yellowish or golden, you can use that also for our story. And that's what I'm going to use today. So substitute props, no problem at all, because our time is to explore. Some other props that I'm gonna have are my tiara or my crown, so if you guys want to get that as well. I also am gonna use a little cap for later for a royal subject of the prince, and I'm also gonna use a piece of fabric so you guys can get that really quickly so that you can follow along with the story, because once again our rule is we all need to explore. So yes, Basti has typed that in. Yes, rule number 1 definitely is we have to explore. Okay, great. Next is rule number 2. Can you guys say rule number 2? Rule number 2 is no matter what, we have to keep on creating. So a lot of things might be happening during this live. I believe it's raining in a lot of different areas. So I've heard from some people that the internet is a little bit wonky where they are, and that's absolutely fine. No matter what, we have to, number 2, keep on creating. Thank you so much, Basti, for sharing that. Yes, keep creating no matter what. Keep on acting out. And don't worry, we will find our way back to each other again, because love will lead you back. Okay, maybe not love, maybe the magic. But yes, our love for stories will lead us back. And rule number 3 is the most important rule of all. Can you say rule number 3 is we all have to have fun? That's absolutely right, Basti. We have to have fun. So are you guys ready to have fun? Are you guys ready to have fun? Okay, if you're ready to have fun, can you say, I'm ready to have fun? All right, guys, so now you know the drill. We gotta sing the magic of stories together to get us into this magical place where we are all ready to bring in some storytelling magic, all right? So, for those of you that are familiar with this song, please sing along with me at your home. And if you're not familiar, don't worry. All you have to do is follow along with me, and I will lead you in the actions. All right? All right. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. Music, please, maestro. And I am the maestro, so I will be the one playing the music. Can you guys hear it? Clap your hands. And we're gonna search. Have you traveled to crystal seas, ran on rainbows and swung through trees? All you need is to find the key. Read a book, you'll see there are worlds that the eyes can't see, with furry monsters and kings and queens, where you play chess with a centipede. It's possible, you'll see. How? With the magic of stories, with the magic of stories. You can be anything, you want to be. Pretend to be a frog, ribbit. Climb a mountain, swim the seas. Find a treasure, come with me. You can be anything. You can be anything you want. And I'm going to be a prince. With the magic. With the magic of stories. You can be anything you want to be. I'm gonna be rain this time. You can be anything you want to be. Climb a mountain, swim the seas, find a treasure, come with me. You can be anything. You can be anything you want. Anything you want. Anything you want to be. And I'm gonna be Wonder Woman. Yay! Great job! I can see that you guys are super duper ready, and thank you so much. And I can see that you guys made a lot of different poses. Like Gab said, that he's a survivor of the jungle. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. So guys, we are celebrating here on our Tiny Towny live. Okay, I get like really tongue twisted. Tiny Towny live streams. Can you say that with me? Tiny Towny, Tiny Towny, Tiny Towny, Tiny Towny, Tiny Towny. Oh my gosh, I got it. Okay, and just saying hello to some additional friends that have come and joined us. Oh, Annika, yes, just in time, and she is so excited. So happy that you're here, Annika. And we also have a couple more friends joining us in. Sophia and Annie, thank you so much for joining us today. So guys, just to give you a little bit of a background, if it is your first time to come in, but if you've been joining us for the past few weeks, then you would know that we have been celebrating Grimm Brothers Month. So it really is being able to go back to the fairy tales that were collected by the Brothers Grimm. So just as a reminder, who are the Brothers Grimm? These are two brothers, German. They're from Germany, and they made it their life's work to really collect as many fairy tales as they could, just so that they would be able to have it on record, and so that they would really be able to pass it on to the next generation. Because we know that, of course, you know, we have our oral tradition, you know, stories that are passed on orally from one generation to the next, like when your mom tells you stories or when your grandmother tells you stories. But then, of course, if there are people that forget, or at some point it's not passed on to the next generation, then there's a chance that story might be gone or might disappear. And we don't want that to happen. We want to preserve our stories as much as possible. And that's what the Grimm brothers did, you know, try to record and collect as many stories as they could, so that these stories would not be forgotten. And it really makes me think about life as well, guys, that we should all share our stories and pass it on so that these will not be forgotten. And just saying hello. Hi, Yana. Thank you so much for joining us today. So let's celebrate a story today, because if we share it among ourselves, then we know that it will not be forgotten. So for today, guys, we are going to delve into the story of the Frog Prince. Can you guys say ribbit, 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 ribbit? Ribbit, ribbit. All right. So today we are going to tell the story of the Frog Prince. And we know that there are a lot of different stories that were inspired by this, including this one. If you guys know this one, The Princess and the Frog, of course, featuring Tiana. That was a very, very wonderful and enjoyable movie, right? Did you guys watch that? Yeah. And, well, that was a different version of The Princess and the Frog. But we know for a lot of stories that this involves the princess having to kiss the frog, right? And so my question for you guys is, would you guys be willing to kiss a frog, knowing that it will transform maybe into a beloved friend or a beloved family member or a prince or a princess? So that is the question of the day, guys. Would you be willing to kiss a frog? You know, in the chance that that frog might turn out to be a friend, a family member, or the prince or princess of your dreams. So let me know, guys, in the comment section. And so for today, everybody, we are going to share with you the story of the Brothers Grimm, the Brothers Grimm version of the Frog Prince. So guys, if you're ready, I need you to say it with me. Can you all say once upon a time? Can you say it even louder? Can you say it once upon a time? And even louder, say it once upon a time and give me your absolute loudest once upon a time. Okay, guys, you are ready for the story of the Frog Prince, the Brothers Grimm version. Now, kids, in the olden times, a long time ago, there lived a king whose daughters were all so beautiful. So they were so beautiful that the kingdom just adored them. Oh my gosh, I love the comments that are coming in. Yes, teacher, I'm gonna kiss the frog. Annika, you're so game and so adventurous. And we have one more that says, ew, maybe not. And we have another that says, maybe I'm gonna wash my eyeballs. Okay. So again, kids, in the kingdom lived this king and all of his daughters were beautiful. But there was one daughter who was the most beautiful of them all. And this is her. She was a beautiful princess, and she was so beautiful that the sun itself, which has seen so much, was astonished whenever it shone on her face. Can you imagine, kids, just how beautiful she was? That when the sun would come out and shine on her face, it would be like, wow, that's the most beautiful creature that I have ever shone my light on. Now, kids, she was beautiful and she was very kind. Now, what she loved to do is she'd love to go around the palace and she would love to play. Why? Because close to the king's castle lay a great dark forest. Can you guys pretend that your arms are the branches of the trees in the forest and sway it from side to side? Good job. Once again, guys, can you pretend that your arms are the trees in the forest and sway and swing from side to side? So in that great dark forest, kids, and under an old lime tree was a well. Wow. Okay, so there you go. There you have it. There was a beautiful well. And the king's child went out into this forest and sat down by the side of this well. And when she was bored, she took a golden ball and threw it up high and caught it. And this ball was her favorite plaything. So guys, if you have a ball, you could do that. Let's play ball and throw and catch. And that's what she loved to do. She'd say, oh my goodness, I'm so bored and I love to go outdoors where I can play and have so much fun. And I'm going to take my golden ball with me. So guys, if you have something like this, your ball, you can go and get it and let's toss it up and catch it and toss it up and catch it. And kids, that is what she did. She'd take her golden ball and she would play throw and catch. So there she was, really happy, really throwing it low and then throwing up high and then low and high and low and high. Can you do that, kids, if you have your balls with you and up and down? So Teacher Lesley is just like throwing it really low and catching it. But if you go even higher, and she went even higher, woo, and even higher, woo. In fact, I'm going to show you guys really high, woohoo! And she kept on just playing throw and catch with her beloved golden ball. But as she was doing it, kids, she didn't realize that she was edging closer and closer and closer and closer to the well. And one day she just threw it up high and then it fell into the well in a splash. Psh! Can you guys say it? Can you all say splash? Psh! 1, 2, 3. Can you say psh? Splash. So it fell into the well in a splash. Now, kids, because the ball wasn't an ordinary ball, it was a beautiful golden ball, it sunk to the very bottom of the well. And she tried to reach for it with her arms, but she couldn't reach for it. And she said, oh no, kids, it was a beautiful ball. And kids, that is my favorite toy in the whole wide world. And I need to be able to get it, but I've been trying to reach and I can't get it. And I think I'm gonna cry. Oh no, kids. Can you guys help her? How will she possibly get the ball? Yeah, kids, can you help me? Can you tell me what I need to do so that I could get the ball? I need my golden ball, but it's there at the bottom bottom of the well, and if I try to swim, I might drown because it's super duper deep and I don't know how to get it. Oh dear. So kids, the princess was just crying and really, really problematic, crying over that fountain, over that well, and she really, 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 really did not know what to do. Guys, do you have any ideas, any suggestions how she could possibly get how she could possibly get her ball? Uh-oh, yeah, that's right. She was crying and she was really, really, really distraught. So guys, I have a question. Do you guys have any idea how she might possibly get the ball back? We need your suggestions, guys. I know. No, we don't want the ball to go missing, because have you ever felt that, guys? Do you have a toy that is like your favorite toy in the whole wide world and you wouldn't know what to do with yourself if you lost it, or maybe something like an object that's very, very special to you? Also, let me know in the comment section, what is a toy or something special to you that if you lost it, you would be really, really sad and you would be really, really distraught? So guys, the princess then was thinking, oh no, so she was crying all over again, and she was thinking to herself, oh no, and oh dear, I don't know what to do, and I really, 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 really need to get my ball, and I really don't know. So guys, what are your suggestions? I saw that there was a suggestion that came in from Gab. Maybe the frog. Let us see. So yes, you're absolutely right. Something did come to her aid, and it was a strange frog. Why was it a strange frog, kids? Because it had a crown on its head, and it said, ribbit, 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 ribbit. Can we all pretend to be the frog prince? Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Oh dear. And it said, ribbit, ribbit, what ails you, king's daughter? You weep so that even a stone would show pity. And the princess did not see the frog right away. She looked around and she said, where is that voice coming from? I heard somebody talking to me. Princess, princess, I'm right over here. I don't know. I hear a voice and it's very loud and it's very clear and I don't know where it's coming from. Hello? Princess, princess, I'm here. I want to help you. Hello? I'm right here on this lily pad, here in the fountain. Look here, this lily pad in the fountain? Oh my goodness, where? I said in the fountain. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. It does sound like ribbit, 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 but it's actually ribbit, 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 ribbit. Oh my goodness, where are you? Where are you? Oh, okay, so I have to look in the fountain on a lily pad. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. You don't need to be afraid, princess, because I am here to help you. Oh my goodness, you're here to help me, the princess said. You're an old water splasher, a frog that can speak. Well, all right, if you're the only one that can come to my aid, I am weeping for my golden ball frog, which has fallen deep, deep, deep into this well. I know that you're small, and it's a little bit strange that you have a crown on your head, but do you think that you'll be able to help me? What do you think, kids? Do you think the frog will be able to help her? Who says yes? And who says no? Let me know in the comment section as well. If you think the frog will really be able to retrieve the golden ball from the depths of the well, or if he will be unsuccessful. So the frog said, ribbit, 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 ribbit. Be quiet and do not weep, answered the frog. I can help you. But what will you give me if I am able to bring your plaything up again? Because it's not going to be very easy. I have to swim to the end of the well, and I have to swim my way all the way up. So there is something that you need to give me in exchange for all of my efforts. And so the princess thought to herself, of course, if you are going to help me and bring my toy back, definitely I am going to give you, if you want, you can have my tiara, or you can have my rings, or I have a necklace that I'm not wearing, but I can bring it for you, and you can also have, if you want, my cape, and a lot of my royal things, and I could come and bring you food, and pearls, and jewels, anything that you want, Frog. Now, kids, do you think that the frog was satisfied with that? Satisfied with her tiara and her rings and her pearls and her necklaces? What do you guys think? The frog said, "Ribbit, ribbit, I do not care for your clothes. I do not care for your pearls and jewels. And I do not care for your little tiara. But this is what I ask in return. You must love me and let me be your companion and your playfellow. And you must let me sit by you at your little table and also share your food and also share your drinks and also stay in your home. And if you promise me this, I will go down below and bring you your golden ball back again." And kids, so the princess was thinking to herself, kids, did I hear that right? He wants me, this frog wants to be my pet. But I know that, pets are usually dogs and cats and hamsters and fish and bunny rabbits. What other pets do you have, kids? I'm not sure that I'd want to bring home a frog with me to sit on the table with me and share my food on my plate and also share in my drinks and stay inside the house. Would that work? Would I really, really, really want to bring a frog as a pet into my house? I really don't know. Would you say yes to that, kids? Would you? I have to think. I must think. Are you sure, Frog, that you do not want my tiara? That you do not want my things, my pearls, my rings? Are you sure? Are you sure? And the frog said, "Yes, that is my condition. You have to make me be your companion and your playfellow. And you have to let me sit by you at your table and sharing your food and sharing your drink and also sleep inside your house. And if you promise me, only then will I bring you the golden ball. Ribbit, 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 ribbit." Oh my goodness, kids. Should I say yes? I love my golden ball so much. It's a precious, precious treasure to me. And what do you think, kids? Should I say yes or should I say no? Who says yes and who says no? Please comment down below. I need you guys to help me make this decision. Okay, all right. Well, a frog is, a little thing, and I have a little secret, kids. I think maybe if he's able to get the ball from me, I'm going to outrun him, and I'm going to run to the palace so that he won't be able to chase me, right? That is a great idea. Okay, all right, Frog, I have made up my mind. Yes, Ribbit, Ribbit, what is your decision, Ribbit, Ribbit? Okay, here's my decision. All right, I will let you be my companion and my playfellow and my pet. And if you're able to retrieve the golden ball from the depths of the well, which I know is very, very hard, so there might be a chance that you won't be able to do it, then fine. I will welcome you to my home, make you my pet, and share with you my food and share with you my drink, but only if and only if you're able to get my golden ball back. And the frog said, "Ribbit, ribbit, 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 challenge accepted." Oh my goodness, and kids, I can see that you guys are definitely reacting. No, 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 no. Oh dear. So guys, let us see what happened next. So the frog swam deep into the well. So can you guys pretend to swim and swim and swim and swim and swim some more? And guys, what do you know? The frog was able to reach the depths of the well, and it was able to retrieve the ball. And then it swam back up, swim up, swim up, swim up, and swim up. And your reactions, guys, are really, really funny because the frog was swimming up and swimming up and swimming up. and finally it made its way to the surface of the well, and it gave the ball back to our lovely princess. And so the frog prince said, "Ribbit, ribbit, as I have said, here is your ball, and now take me with you. Take me with you to your home where I will be your companion and your playfellow." And the princess said, "Oh my goodness, my golden ball, it was back. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy." But then the frog was saying, "Ribbit, ribbit, now is the time for you to take me with you. Take me with you, for I can't run." And then the princess said, "Oh dear. Okay, kids. Well, Frog, I want to thank you so much for all of your help in getting me my ball, but hasta la vista, baby! Kids, make a run for it! Everybody run! Run! And run as fast as you can, guys! Run! And run even faster! And run! So that he doesn't know where my home is! Run! And the frog said, "Wait! Ribbit, ribbit, wait! Ribbit, ribbit, take me with you! I can't run as you! Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit! Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit! Ribbit, 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 ribbit!" Whew. Oh my goodness. So kids, the princess was able to outrun the frog, and she said, "Whew, I'm so glad the coast is clear. I was able to outrun the frog." And yes, kids, that is right. She broke her promise. Now let us read what is going to happen next. Can you guess what's going to happen next, guys? Can you place it in the comment section? All right, place it in the comment section. So she felt that she was safe at home and that she had outrun the frog and that the frog would not be able to catch up with her. But kids, will also find out a little later that this was no ordinary frog. So the next day, she had seated herself at the table with the king and all the courtiers, and she was eating from her little golden plate. So can you guys pretend to eat? I'm so happy that I was able to outrun that frog, and now I don't have to worry about him because my food is so delicious. We have steak and mashed potatoes and strawberry shortcake and some gelatin and some custard cream pie, and I'm so happy that I was able to outrun him so that he wouldn't be slimy and on the table and having to share this with me. While she was eating, kids, something came creeping, splish splash, splish splash, splish splash up the marble staircases. And when it got to the top, it knocked at the door and said, "Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit." That's another idea, that the frog will come up the sewers. Oh my gosh. But the frog, I think, was able to find its way, and it said, "Ribbit, princess, youngest princess, open the door for me. Ribbit, 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 ribbit." And the princess said, "Oh my goodness, is it who I think it is?" And she walked to the door, she opened it, and there she saw the frog waiting for her and saying, "Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit." She saw the frog and she was like, "It's here inside the palace. It was able to find its way here. I don't know why." Now, kids, she was in such a frenzy that her father, the king, so guys, if you want to pretend to be the king, you can get your fabric and you can put it around your shoulders. And the king said, "My darling girl, what are you so afraid of? Child, why are you so frightened? Is there perchance a giant outside that wants to carry you away?" Uh-oh! Yes, that's right. The frog said that he was back. And the princess said, "Oh, Papa! Oh, Papa! It is no giant, but it is a disgusting frog that wants to come inside. And I don't want it to come inside." And the father said, "A frog? A frog is looking for you? What does the frog want with you? This is very strange." And the princess said, "Oh, but dear father, you see, yesterday I was sitting in the forest and I was sitting by the well and I was playing with my golden ball. You remember my favorite golden ball? And then I was crying and I was crying and crying and crying. And then the frog came and said, 'Ribbit, Ribbit, I will help you.' And I said, 'Really?' And he said, 'Yes, I will help you.' And he said, 'But if I help you, you will have to give me something in exchange.' And I was really desperate, Papa, to get my golden ball back. And I said, 'So what will you give me? What do I need to give you in exchange?' And he said that I should make him my companion. So I said, 'Okay,' I promised him that he should be my companion. But you know what, Papa? I never thought that he would be able to come out of his water. And now he is outside here and he wants to come in and he wants to be my pet. I don't want him to be my pet. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, kids. But you're right. She made a promise. And guys, when we make a promise as much as possible, we have to be able to keep it. And so the frog said again, 'Ribbit, Ribbit, princess, youngest princess, open the door for me. Do you not know what you said to me by the cool waters of the well? Princess, youngest princess, open the door for me.' So kids, can you pretend to be the frog prince and say, 'Ribbit, Ribbit, princess, youngest princess, open the door for me.' Say it one more time, guys. 'Princess, youngest princess, open the door for me.' And the princess said, 'No, but I don't want to. I don't want to have a frog as a pet. I want a cute pet. I want a pet just like what Basti said, like a turtle or something. I don't want to have a frog as a pet. No, please, no, Papa. Please say that I don't need to let that frog in. Please. Oh, please, I'm begging you. I don't want to have a frog as a pet. It's so slimy. Oh, my goodness, kids. The princess was freaking out. Now, guys, what do you think happened next? Will the king insist that she takes the frog in? Or will she allow the princess to say, 'Okay, that's fine. You don't have to open the door for the princess.' The king said, 'My dear, did you promise him that he would be allowed to be your pet, your companion, and your plaything?' 'What?' I said, did you promise?' 'Yes, Papa, I promised it.' And the king said, 'Well, my dear, that which you have promised must you perform, and so you must let him in. I agree, we must keep our promises.' 'Oh, fine, Papa.' So kids, the princess went to the door to the dining hall and opened it up, and the frog hopped in and followed her step by step and asked to be lifted into the chair where he joined her. And there she was with the food. And he said, 'Ah, Ribbit, Ribbit, delicious! And because you have also promised to share your food with me, please push your golden plate nearer to me so that we may eat together. Ribbit, 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 Ribbit.' And the princess was thinking to herself, 'No, I don't have to share my food with a frog. Oh my goodness.' And there she was with the king. And take a look at the king, guys. The king just found it funny. He said, 'But oh, my dear, this will teach you the value of making promises. If you make a promise for something, you have to make sure that you keep the promise.' 'Yes, but I never thought that I would need to keep my promise to a frog.' Ew, that's absolutely right. Ew. Oh my goodness, kids. Now, what happened next was that after they had their meal, it was time to rest. And the princess said, "No, I don't want to have to bring him to my sitting room and to my playroom where he will rest in the cushions and rest in the sofa. I don't want to bring him to my playroom. No, no." And the king said, "But remember, you also promised that he would be your playfellow. And so your playfellow should be able to go with you to your playroom. He who helped you when you were in trouble ought not afterwards to be despised by you. Remember, yes, that is very, very, very rude. And remember, he helped you when you needed him. Now it's his turn to need you because he wants a place where he can play and rest, and so you have to honor your promise." And that is a very, very good idea. Your frog can eat the flies and mosquitoes around you in your playroom so that you don't get sick. Absolutely right. Okay, fine. Fine, I'm gonna let the frog come with me to my playroom and sit on my couch and play with my toys and play with my stuffed toy, which he might cover in slime. Oh my goodness, kids. And so she took hold of the frog with 2 fingers. She had to carry it with 2 fingers. Carried him upstairs and put him in a corner. And then the frog said, "I am tired. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit." "Oh, that's okay, Ian and Amber. You can play back the story, but it's okay. You can join us right now." "Okay." And the frog said, "Ribbit, ribbit, I am tired and I want to sleep on your wonderful sofa. Lift me up or I will tell your father." And the princess said, "No, not on my beautiful sofa. My beautiful sofa is white and it has pink pillows and purple pillows and blue pillows. And if I let you sleep on my white couch with my pink and purple and blue pillows, you're gonna get your slime all over it and it's gonna be okay. No!" And the frog said, "Ribbit, ribbit, you promised me that you would let me go with you, eat your food, drink your drinks, play with you, and rest with you." Now, kids, by this time, the princess was feeling very, very, very distressed. And she said, "No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore." Do not do this at home. But if you have a stuffed toy, this is what the princess did. She got the frog, so you can grab any stuffed toy and pretend that it's the frog. And she said, "I have had enough with all of your demands, frog. I have had enough with you saying ribbit, ribbit, and that you want to eat my food. You put your slime on your food and you put your slime in my cup. And now I don't want you to put your slime on your bed, on my bed rather. It's not your bed, it's my bed. Enough is enough." And she was so distressed. Kids, do not do this to animals. This is not nice at all. This just happens in the fairy tale. But she takes the frog and then she throws it against the wall. So guys, if you have a stuffed toy, you can pretend to be the princess and say, "No, I have had enough. I've had enough of this." Oh my goodness. So she threw the frog against the wall. It's not a very nice thing to do, kids, even if you are distressed. So it's really great that fairy tales also show us how we should not behave. Like, we should not back out of our promises. And we should not be like that, even if it is a slimy, gross frog. Right, guys? So, here's the question of the hour. Do you guys know what will happen next? After she put the frog against the wall, can anybody guess what happened next? Okay, I'll give you some time to think about it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I am going to reveal now, kids, what is going to happen next. And I think it's going to be something pretty unexpected. As she throws the frog against the wall, all of a sudden, when he fell down, he was no frog, but a king's son with kind and beautiful eyes. It transformed into a young prince. And at first she was so surprised and she said, oh my gosh. But the king's son, the prince, said, oh, please, do not be afraid. Do not be frightened. I am a young prince, and I am your friend. And she thought to herself, but how? Who? Why? What happened? And he said, this is what happened to me. I had been bewitched by a wicked witch, and only a person would be able to transform me by treating me and by bringing me to their home and by welcoming me and by treating me as one of their own. And by you welcoming me into your home and allowing me to eat your food and play with you in your playroom, all of a sudden, I was transformed back. So kids, oh my goodness. I know in your comments that some of you were expecting a kiss, right? That they would kiss. I can see the comments here. But in the Brothers Grimm version, actually, there was no kiss. And I think the kissing version was made up by other adaptations of the fairy tale. So what happened again, kids, in the Brothers Grimm version? So isn't this so wonderful? Now you know so many different versions of the story. Was that the princess? She was getting so mad at the frog, she hurled it against the wall, and when it fell down, it transformed into a prince. And the prince explained to her that he was bewitched by a witch, and so he stayed in the pond hoping that somebody would take him and treat him kindly and feed him some food and give him some drink and treat him and welcome him, and only then would he be transformed. Oh my goodness. So actually, guys, there is no kissing in this version of the story. Are you relieved? Are you happy that there's no kissing in the story, or did you wish that there was a part wherein she kissed the frog? And then what happened was, he said, because I know it was hard for you to deal with me when I was a frog. Yes, very, very interesting that there was no kiss in the original story. And the prince said to her, I know it was very hard to deal with me while I was a frog. And you know, the princess felt a little bit embarrassed and ashamed, and she said, oh my goodness, prince, I'm so sorry. I was so mean to you, and I screamed in your face, and I shut the door when I saw that you were there. Will you ever forgive me? Please, please, please forgive me. I didn't mean to be mean. I didn't mean to run away from you in the pond. It's just that, you know, at that time you were a frog, and I had no idea. And the prince said, that is right. I completely understand, because I know it would have been hard to deal with me because I was a small and slimy frog. But I just want to remind you, princess, that as a frog, I helped you and I helped get your golden ball. And even if I was slimy and gross and ugly in your eyes, I was still a living thing. And so I hope that you learn to never judge a frog by its warts and to never judge a book by its cover, but to respect living things, and that if you make a promise, that you will keep your promise. And the princess said, you're absolutely right, prince. I'm sorry, and I'm so ashamed of myself. I should not have broken my promise. I should not have been mean to you, and I should have still been nice to you, even if I thought that you were slimy. You're right, you're a living thing, and even when you were a frog, I should have shown you some respect, and I'm really, 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 really sorry. And the prince said, I accept your apology. And in exchange, what I'd like to do also is bring you to my palace so that I would also welcome you as a special guest where you can eat and drink and where we can play and get to know each other and have fun. Would you like that? And the princess said, yes, absolutely. I would love it. I love it, guys. It is a moral lesson. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Yes, never judge a book by its cover. Absolutely. And so, kids, the prince and the princess went back and forth between their kingdoms and between their palaces, always welcoming one another as a special guest, sharing their food, sharing their drink, allowing them to rest in one another's playroom. And also, the princess learned to be kind to different animals no matter what, and to never just judge a book by its cover, but to realize that living things are living things. We have to give them respect, and also to never, ever, ever, demean something or someone just because we think that it's not very nice looking. And so, yes, I love your comments. Yes, bravo. And it's a wonderful lesson for all of us. And guys, again, there are other versions that have the kissing involved, but I think for this grim version, it's a cute version because, it was in the middle of her, and then she throws, and then it becomes a prince, and then, she realizes and she learns her lesson. But the great job is that the prince, he could have said, you're such a mean princess, I won't be your friend anymore. But he said, here I am, I'm a prince, and I will be your friend, and I forgive you for being mean to me while you were a frog. And they continued to be friends, and they went back and forth between each other's kingdom. And then, guys, eventually they fell in love. And then eventually they got married. And I think that's when they shared a kiss, which we won't show anymore because I think some of the boys are relieved that in this story, there is no kiss. And yay! So I'm just gonna flash some of your reactions. Yeah, so there are rounds of applause. Yes, ribbit, ribbit. And oh, I love that you guys love this story. And Gab is saying, rip it, rip it, rip it, ribbit, ribbit. And I love your reactions to this story, guys. So can you tell me, guys, what your favorite parts in the story? Because Gab said, I like that funny part. So what was the funniest part from you? So for you, I would love to hear it. Tell me, what is your funniest part? What is the favorite part? And yeah, I hope that we all remember the message of this story, that definitely we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and we shouldn't judge a frog by its warts, because we don't know what's going on the inside, and we don't know the treasure that is on the inside. So never judge. We should get to know, be open, and be friendly, and of course always keep our promises. Let's see what Annika says. Annika says, I wish there was a kiss. Well, there was a kiss when they got married, right? Because again, they became good friends, they got to know each other, and then they got married. So there was that little kiss there at the end. Oh, you like the screaming part. That's great. And I'm so glad that you love the story. Everybody clap your hands. Yay! Okay, guys, so we have so much to look forward to for the rest of the week because we are celebrating Frog Prince Week this week. And of course, again, just remembering and internalizing the lessons that this gave us to not judge a book by its cover. We have different activities coming. On Wednesday, we have hopping art with Teacher Nini. I believe you will learn the art of making a hopping frog. You will make that with Teacher Nini. So please join her on Wednesday. And on Friday, guys, we have a very special friend that will be joining us, and it will be a zoology class for kids. Oh my gosh. So because we were talking about frogs, we will be getting to know a little bit more about these sort of animals, and we have an expert who will be talking about these animals and sharing fun facts about it. So I hope, guys, that you join us for that session. So just flashing a couple more here. Yes, keep your promises, and always remember to don't judge a book by its cover. And yes, there we go. It's pop-up art for Wednesday, which is perfect. Pop-up art, just like a frog. Yay! So I hope that you join us, guys, here on Tiny Townie. Okay, Tiny Townie live streams. I was gonna say love streams because we were talking about love and kisses, and Annika wishes that there was a kiss. But yeah, hope you join us on Wednesday and Friday. And yeah, just going through a few more comments before we say goodbye. Oh, you like the part where she threw the frog. Of course, we know that we are kind to our animals, right? And we're not going to practice that. But just within the context context of a story and in a cartoon, it's a little bit funny. And yay, Bassy, I'm glad that you find it exciting. I hope that you join us on both Wednesday and Friday for the pop-up art, and then also for our zoology for kids class at 3 p.m. We're really, really excited about that. And oh my gosh, you love the food part wherein she had to share her food with the frog. Oh, that was really, really funny. So for our friends that just arrived that we're a little bit late for the storytelling session, don't you worry, because you can play this back. So Ian and Amber, I hope that you catch up and that you play back the story, because this is a wonderful story with a lot of wonderful lessons. And I hope that you can continue to join us, guys, every Monday for Storytelling Monday at 3 p.m. So one last thing, guys, before we go, of course, we gotta end this by singing the magic of stories. So I hope you guys can sing this with me one more time with feelings. All right, so let me cue the music. Clap your hands. Have you traveled to crystal seas? Ran on rainbows and swung through trees. All you need is to find the key. Read a book, you'll see. There are worlds that the eyes can't see. With furry monsters and kings and queens. Where you play chess with a centipede. It's possible, you'll see. How? With the magic of stories. With the magic of stories. You can be anything. You can be anything. You want to be ribbit. Climb a mountain, swim the seas. Find a treasure, come with me. You can be anything you want. I'll be the princess. Ah! Who screams? With the magic of stories. You can be anything you want to be. And be a frog, ribbit. Climb a mountain, swim the seas. Find a treasure, come with me. You can be anything you want. You can be anything you want. Sing it to the person next to you. Anything you want. And one last pose. Anything you want. I'm gonna be the castle of the princess. Yay! So guys, you can listen to that song on Spotify and on YouTube just by keying in The Magic of Stories by the Make Believe Magic Makers. And then just the last few things, how can we join on Wednesday and Friday? All you have to do, Mommy Cat, is by coming into the Alabang Town Center Facebook page at 3 p.m. If you want to come a few minutes before that, we go live by 2:50, 10 minutes before, just so that you can make sure that you have the right link and that you can hear everything and the connection is good. So all you have to do is come to the Alabang Town Center Facebook page at 3 p.m. on both Wednesday and Friday. Click on the stream and you will be with us. So we hope that you can join us on Wednesday and Friday. So with it, guys, see you on Wednesday and Friday. Everybody, thank you for being such a wonderful audience and for helping me tell the Frog Prince story. I really enjoyed it. And I can see that this is a favorite story of you, some of you so far, and I'm glad that you guys really, really enjoyed that. So with that, guys, thank you for starting the week with me with a fun and magical story. I'll see you again soon. Join us on Wednesday and Friday here on the Alabang Town Center Facebook page for the Tiny Townie live streams. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.